Hello, this is Yogeshwar, and in this video, we are going to be discussing a very important topic, which is on Navansha, or some people call it Navamsa, which is actually a divisional chart, which is also commonly referred as the D9 chart. So, what exactly is Navansha, and how do we prepare a Navansha chart? A lot of astrologers don't go into the details because they feel it is too complicated to create a Navansha chart and to explain it and what are the rules, so on and so forth. So all they say is that, well, go to a horoscope making software and a Navansha chart will come up, and then you can make predictions based on that, and without going into where did the Navansha chart come from, what is the origin of Navansha chart, why is it made, is it so important in predictions. And Sage Parashara has given a lot of importance to the Navansha chart, and also Sage Gemini, who is the next generation sage in Vedic astrology, he has given a lot more importance to the Navansha chart as compared to Sage Parashara. And a lot of his Gemini sutras are based on how the Navansha chart is placed. So the Navansha is extremely important, and in this video we are going to discuss what is the basis of a Navansha chart and how you can create a Navansha chart. And this is going to be the first video on this. We are probably going to have another video, because if we cannot finish it in this video, we will have to make another video. So right now I want to give you basics on what a Navansha chart is. Navansha chart is basically nothing else but dividing a Rashi or a zodiac sign into 9 parts. So it is like looking at a zodiac sign through a microscope, and there are several rules given by the great sages of ancient India, as to how a Navansha chart can be made. And I'm surprised, because in those days and ages there were no computers, no calculators. How did these sages create such an intricate mathematical calculation? It has to be something divine. A normal person without the use of calculators cannot make it, and we are fortunate enough in this day and age to have computers and calculators at our disposal. But thousands of years ago they did not have, yet their mathematical calculation was accurate as far as Vedic astrology is concerned. So like I said, Navansha is nothing but a division of a Rashi or a zodiac sign into 9 parts, and to look at a zodiac sign based on the 9 divisions. So that's why it is called Navamsa or D9 chart. And a Navansha chart is extremely important because the 9th house actually represents the house of fortune, the house of dharma, and a Navansha chart is a representation of that, because if you divide the zodiac sign into 9 parts, it is going to give a more detailed explanation of what's going on, and therefore sages like Sage Parashara, Sage Gemini, the next generation, and more of the recent ones like Mantreshwara, who has written a lot about in his work called Phaladipika about the Navansha chart. In Saravali, that's also a very important ancient Vedic scriptures. Of course, it's more recent, not as ancient as Sage Parashara and Sage Gemini. Varaha Mihira also has mentioned in his Brihat Jatak, which is also a compilation of knowledge on Vedic astrology. They've all given a lot of importance to Navansha. So let's go to how do we prepare. In this video, we are gonna discuss about how we prepare a Navansha chart, and then later on in our subsequent videos, we will discuss about what is the effects and how do you interpret a Navansha chart, or how do you analyze a birth chart based on its Navansha or the Navansha chart. So like I said, a zodiac sign is divided into 9 parts, and we know that a zodiac sign is a zodiac sign which is 30 degrees. We all know that because there are 12 zodiac signs, 30 degrees each. Every zodiac sign has 30 degrees. So if you divide the 30 degrees into 9 parts, each division will be 3 degrees and 20 minutes. So 3 degree and 20 minutes times 9 makes it 30. So how a Navansha chart is drawn is, first we have to see that there are 12 zodiac signs, as we know, and we have to classify those, as we have discussed in our previous videos, that the zodiac signs can be classified based on the 5 elements on this earth. And the sages have not taken the 5th element, which is the element called space or akasha in Sanskrit, but out of the 5 elements they have taken into consideration 4 major elements, which are fire, earth, air, and water. And they have classified zodiac signs based on those elements. And we've, like I said, discussed in detail about which zodiac sign represents what element. So as you see on the screen in front of you, the zodiac sign Aries is represented by the fire element. And the rule which the ancient sages on Vedic astrology have given is that the first division, which falls between 0 degrees and 3 degrees and 20 minutes, in a fire zodiac sign, and Aries, as you see on the screen, is represented as a fire zodiac sign, will start from Aries. So the first zodiac sign until 3 degrees and 20 minutes would be Aries. The second zodiac sign between 3 degrees 21 minutes and 6 degrees 40 minutes will fall under Taurus, and we are talking about divisions within that 30 degrees. And the third zodiac sign for Aries, which is a fire sign, between 6 degrees and 41 minutes until 10 degrees will fall under Gemini, and so on and so forth until the time that 30 degrees is reached. And that will take 9 zodiac signs. So each zodiac sign, or each subdivided zodiac sign out of the main zodiac sign, will be falling between these degrees, what you see on the screen. And the general rule given by the ancient sages is that every fire sign, Rashi or zodiac sign, will start from Aries. And as you see here under Aries, it starts from Aries because it's a fire sign: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, and that's where it ends. The other rule given by the ancient sages is that if the zodiac sign in the Rashi chart, we earlier discussed about Aries, which is a fire sign in the Rashi chart or the main chart, and now we are talking about the other zodiac sign of Taurus here, as you see, which is an earth sign in the main chart. So the other rule given by the ancient sages is that if this zodiac sign is an earth sign, then the first subdivision of that zodiac sign will start from Capricorn and then move on to Aquarius, to Pisces, to Aries, to Taurus, as you can see under Taurus. The third rule, which is given by the ancient sages, is that in case the zodiac sign is an air zodiac sign in the main chart, then the subdivision of those signs, and the subdivision is 9 zodiac signs out of the 30 degrees, which have been allocated of 3 degrees and 20 minutes each, will start from Libra. That's a standard rule. And the fourth rule, which the ancient sages have given, that in case it is a water sign, then the first subdivision of that zodiac sign, and when we are talking about water sign, we take the zodiac sign in the main chart. So the fourth rule is that in case the zodiac sign or Rashi is a water Rashi or a water zodiac sign in the main chart, then the subdivision or the Navanshas will start from Cancer and it will end in Pisces, meaning which it'll start from Cancer, the second subdivision will be Leo, then the third subdivision will be Virgo, Libra, then Scorpio, as you see on the screen. So these are the 4 major rules, and I'll repeat. In case the main chart zodiac sign is a fire zodiac sign, then the subdivisions of that zodiac sign will start from Aries, standard. First 3 degrees 20 minutes Aries, second 3 degrees 20 minutes Taurus, so on and so forth. Rule number 2, in case the zodiac sign in the main chart is an earth sign, then the first subdivision of that zodiac sign of 3 degrees and 20 minutes will start from Capricorn, standard rule. Capricorn and then Aquarius, next 3 degrees 20 minutes Aquarius, next 3 degrees 20 minutes another subdivision represented by Pisces, so on and so forth, as you can see on the screen. Rule number 3, in case the third zodiac sign in the main chart is an air sign, then the subdivisions, and we know the subdivisions are 3 degrees and 20 minutes each, those 9 subdivisions are there, and the first subdivision is going to be starting from Libra and then move on to Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, so on until Gemini. And the fourth rule given by the sages is that in case the zodiac sign or the Rashi in the main chart is a water sign, then we know that the sages have given a rule that the first subdivision will always be Cancer and then move on from Cancer to Leo to Virgo to Libra to Scorpio to Sagittarius, next zodiac sign in the series, until it reaches Pisces in the 9th and the last subdivision. So these are standard rules, and you can see on the screen that the same applies to all. If you see the fire, earth, air and water elements, it applies the same rule applies to all these zodiac signs, all these 12 zodiac signs. And how do we remember which one is a fire, which is an earth, which was an air and which one is in water? It's very simple. If you look at the screen, Aries is fire, then the second Taurus, which is the second zodiac sign, is earth. Gemini, which is the third zodiac sign, is an air zodiac sign, and Cancer, which is the fourth zodiac sign, is a water zodiac sign, and then it repeats itself. Leo, which is the fifth zodiac sign, again it becomes fire. Virgo, which is the sixth zodiac sign, again becomes earth, and it keeps repeating like this. So it's really not very difficult to remember. So how does a Navansha chart look? When we get this information, basic information, from the main chart or the main Rashi chart, well, it is very simple. In case you see the main Rashi chart, ascendant is Aries. You have to determine what degrees you see in the main Rashi chart or the main birth chart in the ascendant. If the ascendant Aries, try to find out what degrees of Aries is the ascendant in the main chart. And then you go to this matrix. For example, in case in the main Rashi chart, the degrees of the ascendant or the Aries ascendant is 10 degrees and 30 minutes. So we go to this table, we see between 10 degrees and 1 minute until 13 degrees and 20 minutes comes under Cancer in front of Aries. And all you have to do is, when you draw that Navansha chart, in the Navansha, in the ascendant of that Navansha, you will put number 4, which is represented by Cancer. Again, in case you have a Gemini ascendant in the main chart and the degrees of that ascendant is, say, 18 degrees, then you look in front of Gemini here and see where is 18 degrees falling in front of Gemini. And you see here, you see the sign of Pisces. So how will you draw the Navansha chart? You will go ahead and create a Navansha chart, and in the ascendant of the Navansha chart you will put number 12, which is represented by Pisces. So this is fairly simple, how a Navansha chart can be drawn based on the principles given by the great sages. Now the question arises, how do we place the planets in that Navansha chart? Because obviously, just like there are 9 planets placed in the main chart or the Rashi chart, there will be 9 planets which need to be placed in the Navansha chart as well. And what we'll do is we will discuss that in our next video. So the first video we discussed how do we create a Navansha chart based on what ascendant will be. The Navansha based on the rules which I just explained to you, which is describing the first Navansha falls between 0 and 3 degrees and 20 minutes. The second Navansha falls between 3 degrees 21 minutes until 6 degrees 40 minutes. And what are the rules of those subdivisions of the Rashi or the zodiac sign based on what element that zodiac sign represents, and based on what rules the sages have given. And this table is going to explain you a little more in detail. So do some research. As of now, we are just talking about how to create a Navansha chart based on what ascendant of the Navansha you will be putting when you create a Navansha chart. And then in the next video, we will discuss as to where those 9 planets will be placed in the Navansha chart based on the rules given by the sages. And I know it's very easy to create a Navansha chart just by putting it in software, because that's a gift given to us by the divine in today's day and age. But try to understand the basics, and then you'll start enjoying astrology a little more, because you will know how a Navansha chart comes, rather than just putting it and plugging it in a computer and seeing a Navansha chart on the screen. You will know how those rashis and zodiac signs are divided into 9 signs, and how the sages have given the rules to be creating that Navansha chart. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and the next video will be talking about how the planets will be placed in the Navansha chart. And meanwhile, check out my website. There's a link below, and we will be taking up part 2 of Navansha chart in our next video. Thank you.